Ho, ho, ho! Hello there! Well, today I have a new book for you. Elf number one. If
Here you go, Santa.
Thank you. Okay. This book is Santa's Polar Pals, and it is written and illustrated by Mike Hughes. And let's see here. And it starts out a little long. Just before bedtime, Santa steps silently out of sight. He checks on the reindeer one last time for the night. He stands on his porch and breathes in the fresh, cold, crisp air, then proceeds to the stables where the reindeer are handled with care. But before he can step off the porch and onto the frozen crystals of snow, he spots little paw prints that must have been made only hours ago. The tracks belong to an Arctic hare, a white furry rabbit with ears short and low. They can smell food covered deep in the snow, even tiny pieces hidden years ago. Arctic hares live in warrens, a network of tunnels and dens underground. Most girl doe hares grow larger than boy bucks, we have found. Like little penguins, the bunnies cuddle, making sure their fluffy tails stay warm. When they get thirsty, they nibble on pieces of ice in any shape or form. And you can see, here's a picture of an Arctic hare. Where you see an Arctic hare, you may spot an Arctic fox in search of something to eat. They look for seaweed, bugs, and birds, but old eggs are really one tasty treat. Arctic foxes have short legs, a round marshmallow-shaped body, and look like puffy sheep. They also have a long bushy tail that keeps their face warm when they curl up to sleep. And here you see an Arctic fox. Snowy owls also like Arctic summer, but they don't stay when it gets too cold. During winter they fly as far as Hawaii and China, or so we are told. They blend in with snow, rocks, and ice, so they hide right in plain sight. They search for small birds and furry animals that like to play day or night. And here we have our snowy owl. Lemmings look like skinny guinea pigs and are busy all year round. These furry little creatures prefer to live in burrows underground. With lots of feathers, grass, and muskox hair, they make their little fluffy nests. They eat tasty roots, shoots, and leaves, or whatever they think tastes best. And here we have a lemming. Arctic wolves search for caribou and moose, but they are hard to find. It can take days to see their friends, but the wolves don't seem to mind. When they travel as a pack, each of them follow the same narrow trail. The alpha wolf leads by its nose. The other wolves follow a tail. And here's an Arctic wolf. Southwest of the North Pole, you might see caribou gathering in great herds. Wild caribou annually migrate, just like bison and some little tweeting birds. In northern places like Finland, they are used like water buffalo, horses, or cows. So we call them reindeer when they wear reins to pull sleighs or plows. And here we go at caribou. The moose is the largest in the deer family by far. Each year, big, bold males grow antlers as wide as a car. Moose roam from field to field to pick only the most perfect plants to eat. But the plants discovered with their face underwater just can't be beat. They like to put their face in the water. Snow geese don't mind sharing a pond with a long-legged moose. They can nibble all day on what moose hooves can kick loose. When it gets too cold, they fly away, but fly back when it's just right. Each year they use the same nest, but how do they find the right site? And here you can see a snowy goose. High in the southeast mountains and along the alpine ridge crests, Dull sheep feed on frozen grass and whatever else tastes best. These thin-horned creatures run and jump where no other animal dare stands. In spring they go down to the flower beds where they have their little lambs. And you can see him up there. He's just above the mushrooms. Southwest of Santa's workshop, a pair of Arctic terns have built a nest. They can fly straight from one pole to the other with very little rest. During the Arctic springtime, they lay eggs and raise their fluffy feathered babies. They use their beaks to swallow whole head first little salty shimmering fishies. And here you can see an Arctic tern. And also you'll see a crab and a starfish or sea star. Ringed seals make dens for babies inside large pieces of ice away from shore. If seals hear a strange noise, they escape through the sea through a hole in the floor. So they live close to where they like to fish, which really isn't that odd. Besides shrimp, they eat 70 types of fish, but best of all, they like cod. And here you can see the seal, and he's got a friend, a jellyfish. Polar bears can dive. They swim for days using their extra wide hairy paws. They can quickly dig through snow and ice with short, sharp claws. Using their weight, they can easily push down through air pockets left in the snow. If they find a hidden seal den, they poke their narrow head inside or look down below. And here you can see a polar bear, and he's looking at the fireflies. Santa has seen beluga whales off the coast where the summer ice may flow. They are white and lack a dorsal fin, the fin on top for those that don't know. They are easy to spot out at sea, but they can blend right in with snow and ice. They can take breaths of air in small pockets of water where orcas just can't go. Santa has always seen narwhals. They can live 50 years or more. They usually live far out at sea and seldom appear close to shore. They can dive almost half an hour or some 2,000 feet in the deep, dark sea. They can grow a long spiraling tooth, which appears to be cavity-free. Orcas are the largest dolphin alive, and their top dorsal fin resembles a long, narrow sail. They look like a black and white painted horse, but have a wide black flattened tail. They can push a seal off floating ice and make it look like play. They can surf right up on the beach and chase fish that got away. You can see the orca blowing bubbles. Some 20,000 years ago, when glacier ice covered southwest lands, muskox roamed the frozen plains in small herds and family bands. When the climate warmed, glaciers melted and woolly mammoths went away. Muskox then moved back up north, where they still live and play every day. And here we have a muskox. Now, we didn't name every creature found around the northern light. Some Arctic animals hide too well or are always out of sight. Sea otters live down south in kelp beds off the Alaskan shore. Animals seldom seen are bald eagles, other seals, and more. And here you can see an otter, a puffin, and a walrus. The North Pole is enchanted with animals quite unique, bizarre, and rare. However, one way or another, the animals have adapted with great care. While some have long migrations, others stay close to home. With so many animals living nearby, Santa never feels alone. And that's the end of that story. And you can see the eagle and another seal. Oh, and there's a picture of Santa there. And on the last page, mahalo. Hope you enjoyed that story. We did here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Ho, 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 ho.